Oh,
Hello.
Don't Break the Oath podcast. Right, we're doing a quick video to answer the questions that we asked on the paranormal hangout.
Yep.
So the first question from Amber was asking us where we've been to ghost hunt. Just as a general ghost hunt type thing. So we've been to
Skiddybrook
Church and fuck all happened.
Yep, nothing else it.
No.
Took a bit of equipment.
Yeah, meant to be devil worshippers and all sorts of shit.
There's quite a lot of stuff on the walls, wasn't
there?
Yeah. But I sensed nothing there.
No.
Nothing.
Didn't even feel a draft.
No.
And there's no fucking doors on the place, was there?
No.
So yeah.
Open air.
So that was that. We went to Abbey as well, didn't we? Again, nothing happened there.
No, I did feel a bit from the Abbey, but not really what you can write home for.
No.
I've
been to been on a couple of ghost hunts. Did one up at North York Moors, an old pub there. I forget the name of it now, but that was alright. It was a group of people. It was an organised event. It was okay, but there was one point in the night. You see, the problem with these things is that everyone wants to see a ghost, and the chances of seeing a ghost is like practically.
You've got to go really on the right night.
It's like 1% or something.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So everyone's assuming that there's going to be a ghost everywhere. Now, two things happened on that night. One I can't explain. I went off on my own. I said to him, right, I'm going, because they was doing fucking some Ouija board shit or something. So I said, right, I'm off.
Keep away from that shit, mate.
Yeah, I'm off to. I'm doing a little investigation of my own. So I went into this side room that was meant to be haunted. It was like an annex fucking stuff stuck onto the pub. And apparently it's where the old miners used to sit and smoke in that outside. Yeah, so I went in there, and pitch black, and I was stood there talking, knows anybody, all that usual stuff. One not for yes.
Is there anybody there? Yeah.
And nothing happened, so I sat down, and as I sat down, I heard crunching under me, like I was sitting on a bag, like a potato sack or something. And so I thought, I'm sitting on a potato sack. So I moved to the side, sat down on the ground. And it was probably 5 minutes later, I turned the flashlight on to have a look around, and as I panned round, I realised there was no bag there. And I did a full 360 of the room.
Yep.
There was nothing in the room. It was just me and the four walls and a concrete floor. There was no bag, so I don't know what I sat on, but I heard it and I felt sitting on something. That was weird. And then the only other thing that happened that night was that there was... every now and again you could hear this whistle. It was upstairs, and there was like hotel rooms upstairs, and we're in these rooms, and one of the doors kept moving, but again, it could have been a draft, I don't know. But we kept hearing this whistle, just like every now and again, just a, you know what I mean? And everyone said, "Wow, I can hear that fucking whistle." And there's only like 6 of us in this room, and nobody else up there, and we could hear this whistle, and everyone's saying fucking, doing tunes and that. Play this tune and the whistle this tune, and it didn't do it. It just kept doing this. So I said, well, there's got to be an explanation to this. So I goes outside, goes downstairs, and I was listening to where this whistle was coming from. Followed it into the bar area, and just off to the side of the bar area, there was a swing door for the chefs, like the chefs to come through.
Yeah.
And so as they came through, or the waiters came out to take the food out, the door swung, and as it swung back, it went on the hinge.
So
that's what it was. So I got the door, and I went. You know what I mean? Now, so obviously they're known now. So I went back upstairs, gets back in the room, and everyone was going, "Fucking hell! It whistled the tune." I said, "It was fucking me." Did it go? And they went, "Yeah, it fucking did that. It whistled the tune." And and I was saying it was me. It was the door downstairs, but they wouldn't have it.
Mate.
They wouldn't believe it. So that's that.
I've had loads of in haunted houses and haunted buildings, and I can go on all night. But really, it's usually the cases of it's the right time, be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
Like
I say it's
I went on the I was a guest one time for a paranormal. I was a guest psychic for the night at the Grisby Town Football Club, and it was quite dark in there. All the lights was out, and there's quite a lot of spirit around there, but mostly it was just kind of it's nothing to write home, but just it's popping in, popping out. That's it.
I'm sure we'll go on a few more.
Oh, definitely, yeah. You've got to be in the right. You got to be in the right place, at the right time.
Right place, right time.
Yeah.
So the other question from who's it?
Marissa Anne Hutchison.
Was?
What do you think about human being implanted with chips? Now, do you mean oven chips or fried chips, or does she mean?
No, I think it's going to happen. I think it's not going to be a choice soon. There's places already in like Sweden and that way you have to have a chip inserted in you just to get in the door. You know, like you have normally, you can have retina scanners or you can have a card that you show the door. Well, now they have a chip in them, so they don't even have to touch it. They just can, and the door opens like automatically. And they have to have that. It's a prerequisite to get the job. You have to have this chip inside.
If they're going to be idiots, you know, and actually have something implanted them, you know, then it's their own fault.
What do you do when
Well, you've got a fingerprint scan. You can just put your door now. You can look at your fingerprints. Why do you have an implant?
What the problem is, though, is if every job site in Sweden does that, you know, you can't get in any building without this chip.
Well, obviously, it's, you know, if you went for a job interview and you said, okay, you've got a job, but, you know, I'm afraid you've got to put an implant in your arm. You know, would you say, yeah,
I'd say fuck off. But
yeah,
the problem you've got is that's okay if there's only one place doing it. But if your profession is, say, I don't know, you know, your profession is a fucking scientist or something.
Yeah. So
every lab you go to in Sweden, you have to have a chip to get in. So eventually you're going to have to do that as your profession. Then that facility, because it works in one area, they'll move it out to everyone. So eventually everyone's going to happen. But
yeah, I mean, well, David Icke predicted this years and years and years ago about the implant. People laughed at him, you know.
Yeah.
But we can see it's coming to the fore now, isn't it?
Next question from the next
person.
Right,
this is Dria Jansky. Right, Count of Saint Germain.
Now this one intrigued us a bit.
Yes, we did. I know a little bit about Count Saint Germain.
Yeah, and we're not really going to talk about much of it here because we've got a guest coming on in a couple of weeks. That's going to be
her name is
talking about this. No, don't say anything.
Oh, I won't say that then. Okay,
we'll keep that as a surprise.
I'll keep it zipped.
So thanks for your question, and obviously you'll get a full answer when that show comes out.
And this guest will blow you away.
Yep. And then there was 2 more questions from Amber. And they were what cryptid or paranormal scares you the most?
Well, does that mean like, you know, you bump into one, you know, that murky night, you know,
product placement?
Yeah. You advertise, Lee, while I'll check it, mate. Dogman, to me, Dogman.
Dogman scares you the most.
Yeah. Dogman. I think it's something that what we've researched about, and you know, obviously, you know, they also look fearsome as well, and they're also mentally, you know, powerful as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they have a way of getting into your head,
your mind,
apparently. And again, we've got a guest coming on soon that should be able to, you know, go into a bit more detail as well.
Look forward to that one.
But for me,
what's yours?
I think. See, I'm torn on this because the Dogman obviously come face to face with Dogman if he was on your own and that, because I've seen a Shadow Man, didn't really bother me. Seeing ghosts and shit didn't really bother me. Seeing a UFO, that didn't really bother me. But I think if it was abducting me and trying to shove stuff up my ass, then obviously that's a different kettle of fish altogether. Yeah. But I think that aspect of it, that, you know, what makes you vulnerable, that you know, the greys coming and doing stuff to you, if that really happens. Probably.
You mean losing control?
Yeah, I think
you're not in control.
The Dogman situation, you have to be in an area for that to happen. Same with like a Bigfoot, or you know, to all these paranormal things. Really, you got to be in a position. But like for the alien thing, it could happen. You know, you could be walking to the shop like Adamski, was it? You know, just going to the shop for some potatoes.
Yeah, you saw a UFO.
You're abducted, and next thing you're dead.
Yeah.
So I would say. And if you've seen that Brazilian girl that was abducted and mutilated by aliens, and that's a bad one. So I think that one. And then the last question from Amber was, how do you make Yorkshire puddings?
Well, I'm no cook. I'll leave that to my wife. So I'll hand this over to Lee, because apparently he says he can make really good Yorkshire puddings. So
I don't leave this to my wife, because Yorkshire puddings they have to be done right for me, you know. And
I just go and buy from the shop, go to the shop and just buy the powder mix.
You know? I don't.
So I'm just lazy in that way, man.
Easiest way to do it, Amber. Make sure you do this. Right, put the oven on. Yeah. So about 180. You want it hot, 180. Put your tray in. Now you want your so you've got to like 12 tray Yorkshire pudding tray, 12 holes, lard in there.
Lard.
Yeah. Don't go with this fucking vegetable oil and sunflower bollocks. Oh, if you can't get lard, then use sunflower oil. But essentially, lard, that's the best one because it cooks at the right temperature. You know, it doesn't smoke. So lard in, 180, 10 minutes. While that oven's on for 10 minutes, you make the mix. Now, the easiest way to make the mix is just to keep it the same ratios. So get a measuring jug, 200 mils of, just say 200 for now, yeah? So 200 mils of milk, 200 mils of flour, plain flour, and then about 200 mils of eggs. So that's probably about 3 eggs, yeah?
Yeah.
Mix it all up, make sure it's mixed really well. Into there, a decent lump of white pepper powder.
Never heard that before.
Yeah. What iron? That's going to make it taste the shit, right? Put that in, mix it up. 10 minutes in the thing. Let that stand. I normally put it in the fridge. While you know, just get that cool. And right. So 10 minutes is up. Get your tray out. Pour it in. Back in. Leave it on 180 for 10 minutes. And you'll probably start seeing rise in 10 minutes. Then I normally turn it down to about 160, something like that, for another 20 minutes. So give them half an hour in the oven. Perfect. Little tip, right, to make a really shit hot Yorkshire pudding, pancetta. Yeah? Take it out. Now you need 2 people for this though, because you've really got to work fast when you do Yorkshire pudding. So get the tray out the oven. I mean, you could put the pancetta in first if you wanted to, I suppose. But I normally get help here with the missus or whatever. So get the tray out, she chucks pancetta in, make sure you've got it like just in a thing, in, and I'm pouring a mix in. Yeah, perfect Yorkshire puddings with pancetta in, and you know, maybe sprinkle some chives on. Can't be.
Well, tell how it goes, Amber. Yeah, see if they rise properly.
Yeah, let me know how that recipe turns out.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for listening, and
thank you.
Hopefully you'll hear us soon on the next show.